Yeah, so go ahead and
Perfect. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. So I'll just give this a few minutes for folks to start tuning in with us.
Cute. And then go ahead and fluff your skirt. So sad.
Awesome. We will begin momentarily. I do see several of you that are already starting to hop onto the broadcast. Please do me a favor by giving us a thumbs up so I know who's tuned in. And of course, begin to comment so that we can give you some recognition. Thank you guys for joining us on this Monday morning. All right, Mayor. Well, if you are ready, we're going to go ahead and get kicked off and started. Happy Monday to everybody. I am Juliet Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And first off, I want to apologize if there is some external noise that's around my area. I'm doing my best to multitask, and sometimes that does not do very well. But if you are a returning viewer, I want to thank you for taking part in our live broadcasts. These are available to you at any point in time in the video section here on our Facebook page and, of course, on our YouTube channel, Westminster Chamber of Commerce. Make sure that you share this out to your network so others are just as aware and informed of the resources and opportunities that are available, not just here directly in our community, of course, our county and our state. And, of course, to those of you that are coming to us as a new viewer, make sure that you hit the like button, hit the notification so that you can get those alerts when we do go live or post fresh new content. Now, every Monday, we take an opportunity to hear some updates from our mayor. But before I kick it off over to our mayor, I want to recognize those of you that have already hopped onto the broadcast. So I do see Angela Parker, Councilor Bowles. I see Emilio, and several of you that have hopped on. Good morning to you guys. Thank you for joining in. I also see Wayne Anderson, who's joined us from our YouTube platform. So please familiarize yourself with the comment section. This is where we will pull up any comments that you've shared our way, any compliments that you might be making. If you have any questions during the broadcast, this is where you will type that in. It's the comment section right below the video. If you are watching on your phone, it's generally in the same area, or to the left of it if you are on your Facebook page as well. So I'm just pulling up a couple of those messages our way. Dave Carpenter, good morning to you as well. Angela, and of course, Parker Brown. Parker, I'm still waiting on that French onion soup. I was supposed to get that when I dropped you off tickets, and I was not given that last week. So just letting you know. I see our past board chairman, Brian Head, as well. Thank you, Brian, for hopping on to our broadcast. So with that, Monday is with the mayor. He provides us updates, information, and resources our way. And Mayor Atchison, thank you again for making sure that this fit your schedule. I'll mute myself and you could take it away with some updates, and I'll do my best to capture it into the comment section.
All right, Julia, thank you. There is quite a few things to go over this morning, so I'll still show up on camera, but I'm going to refer to some documents that I've got set up for us. COVID numbers, let's talk about those for real quick. So since the 18th, we have seen a significant amount of downturn in our COVID numbers. On the 18th in Adams County, we were at 535.6 with a 9% positivity rate. Today, we are at 398 with a 6.6 positivity rate in Adams County. Now, for those of us in Jefferson County at the same time frame, on the 18th, it was 437.3 with a 5.9. Today, we are at 352.6 with a 4.9. For Jefferson County, we're within 2 percentage points of moving from red numbers into orange. Our positivity rate is currently below 5. And keep in mind that in order to get to the restaurants where they can move into yellow status, we've got to get down at least another 2 points, stay below 5, and we have to have those numbers for a period of 10 days. That is very achievable with where we're at today for our positivity rate and the numbers for Jeffco. Now for Adams, you still got a ways to go. Keep in mind the 5-star program application period for Adams County opened up last Thursday on the 21st. If you have not applied and you're interested in going to that, then you still have time to get in to get that. As of close of business Friday night, they had not received the go-ahead from the state to actually start processing the 5-star program. We are anticipating that that could come any day now. So if you're interested in a 5-star, if you want recommendations, talk to Parker, reach out to him. He's been through the Jeffco process. He's been through the inspection process. And if there's anything he can do to aid you in understanding the process, I'm sure he'd be willing to do that, especially if you're there having dinner. And it is the lentil bean and sausage soup, not the soup onion. So don't get the soup messed up. There's a deal to this.
And I have pulled up the link that the mayor has just shared with us about the 5-star program from Adams County. We have included that link for you on the broadcast. It's also in the comment section as well.
All right, so a little bit on let's go back to Adams County for a minute, because this is important for all of our small business groups. Adams County has set aside $37 million based on Senate Bill 20. That came through the state during the special session that happened in December. Now, the Department of Local Affairs awarded Adams County $3,196,514 to look on small business relief package. Now, the county is handling the applications and review. And the application and award requirements are set forth in Senate Bill 20-001, not the county. In the package, there is a link to the Small Business Relief Program, which Juliet has, and she will pass that on into the chat section so you can get those. They've expanded the timeline, which is now up to April the 1st. They are developing a 3-phase award approach, 3 weeks in a phase. And again, this will they will be seeking DOLA approval. Let's see. Initially, Adams County had planned to have 100 businesses apply under the 5-star program. That's already up and running. Now let's move a little bit more. This is starting to come up even more now with the moves around COVID, with the moves around eviction and stuff. So the rental assistance program, which was authorized on December the 27th, passed, and the president signed the Consolidated Appropriations Act 2021, which established a new $25 billion federal emergency rental assistance program. Again, this is something that's being run out of the national level. In order for Adams County has applied for these funds, and according to the National Association of Counties, Adams County is eligible to receive around $14 million in funding for the rental assistance program. Households are eligible for assistance if the household income is below 80% of the area median income, and a member of the household has qualified for unemployment benefits, lost part of their income, or has experienced financial hardships because of COVID-19, or can show that they are at risk of losing their home. Again, these are pieces that are going to be handled through the county application, but it actually is the DOLA program that will come up with those. So again, we've got a number of things that are breaking loose with the new administration having taken place last week. New opportunities to get support if you're in that. And I know I talked to a young woman over the weekend as a teenager who contacted me and was talking about the fact that her and her father were by themselves. He had lost his job because of COVID, and they had received an eviction notice. To my understanding, from the national level, there is still a pause on evictions. I am not 100% sure this morning of where the state is, because there was an eviction process that was on hold. It may have expired at the state level. But in either case, if you go to the county website, you may be able to get more information there. But I would anticipate that there's still going to be a referendum coming out to put evictions on hold as we continue to see the downturn in the economy. What we are seeing right now is a resurgence. A number of the places that I passed over the last 3 to 4 days are restaurants. I can visibly see from outside of the restaurants that the numbers on the dinner hour and in some cases lunch hours are back up. They're not full, but they are to the point where you can see customers returning to the restaurants. Carryout continues to appear to be still a big carrier. We'll still see some of that. We've got some new restaurants the hook and line there on 93rd and Sheridan. I know a week or two ago they got approval for their liquor license, but I do not have any information on the opening date, but it looks like they're moving forward. Now, a new group that was in town this past week that I had a chance to meet with the CEOs of is a group called Cobalt Rehabilitation. Now, many of you may remember that there was a hospital that was tentatively opened just for a short period of time on Church Ranch in US 36. That was an SCL facility. Well, it went under, and they sold that through a REIT program, and this Cobalt out of Houston, Texas, bought the facility. They were here last week interviewing a couple of candidates for their CEO position. They intend to start hiring process in late March, early April, and then they intend to open in late May. Now, this is an acute rehab center. They will have 37 beds in there, and it'll be affiliated with the Vista Hospital. Vista has also got a facility just to the west of this Cobalt facility, so that's a good move in there. So this is, again, we're seeing a resurgence of new business coming to town. We're seeing vacated facilities being repurposed. The renovation of the hospital is going on right now, and they expect to do concentrated hiring in late March into early April with a start in May. So this is another place for people to come to recuperate. This is a post-op. This is not a hospital. So they are hiring in all areas, from food service to janitorial to nurses, aides. We're going to hook them up with the Bowman Tech group out of Adams 12 because they have the CNA nursing program over there. We expect to see them meet here in about the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this is, again, Lisa, it's not a hospital, it's a rehab facility. So don't think that we've got a new hospital, because we got more hospital than what to do with. But the space is still a big piece of it. Now, over the weekend, we also saw a large influx of a mass vaccine center that took place down at Coors Field over the weekend. They did over 1,000 vaccines of people 70 and over that had pre-registered. This is being done through UC Health. Right now, within the next week, we believe Saturday and Sunday this coming weekend, they are going to shoot for another vaccine and hope to have between 5,000 to 10,000 people that they can vaccine at the center. But again, it all requires pre-registration. I saw on a news clip this morning that Kaiser Permanente had opened up a registration line as of today. Unfortunately, I was not able to capture the number, but at least we know that they are advertising. They have an 855 number for Kaiser Permanente to start registering people starting today, for people who are 70 and over to start to get that. So that's going to be a helpful thing, we hope, to get more people vaccinated. Unfortunately, Kaiser has been one of those that's been the least available information coming out from our conversations with the state. So hopefully with this new piece coming out, a lot of people who calling the local elected officials about where they can get vaccines and stuff will start to get answered, because most of those calls were coming from people 70 and over in the Kaiser Permanente healthcare. Let's try to see, I was trying to watch.
And they're only like $50.
Trying to look through the comments. Let me pop in if that's okay, Mayor. I see Tara. I also see Jeff Hanlon, Jerry, and Lisa Culpepper as well. Thank you for hopping on to our elected officials that have tuned in as well. We have a couple of different comments that our mayor has shared with us. Of course, the numbers for COVID on both the Jeffco and Adams County side, which both are positively declining. So that is wonderful news to hear. The mayor also did touch on a couple of programs that are available, including the 5-star program from Adams County that has just opened up. The details of that have been included into the comment section through a link that's available at any point in time. We've also included information about the Small Business Relief Program, which has been extended from the April the 1st deadline to further into the year. The details about that Small Business Relief Program, how to apply and everything, at least for Adams County, is included into the comment section of this broadcast as well. And I've pulled it up onto the screen. Thank you, Mayor, for providing those links our way. We've also typed in information about the rental assistance programs. As far as we know, with the national kind of no eviction process that's going on, still unsure with the state, but there is a $25 billion federal emergency rental assistance program that's presently out there, Adams County being one that has an opportunity to access about 14 million of those funds. The mayor did break that down into potentially eligible households that are making an 80% income of the median income, if that makes sense. There's other criteria that's included. I've copied and pasted it into the comment section for us, but please reference the website that we've included so that you can get the most accurate information as possible. We did have a couple of different comments. Jeff had commented great news about the rehab facility that's opening up, and same for Lisa as well. Lisa did go on to say, you know, still in Adams County, there is that need for our hospitals, et cetera. Jerry DiGiulio is our treasurer, and it looks like we've got both county treasurers, both Adams County and Jeffco, that are on this broadcast with us. Jerry just wanted to share that property tax statements were mailed on Friday. So 220,000 of those statements have gone out. If anyone has questions as it relates to your property tax statements for Jefferson County, his office would be the person to contact. So I have summed up as much as I could, Mayor, from what I see, but I will have you carry on.
Well, it looks like I was just trying to look at the comment section, see if there's anything I saw. According to Jerry, Jeffco has received about 17 million for rental assistance. I think that's what it was. And there was one more from Lisa after that, but I can't get that up on the screen to see that one. I think the big part of this is to go back to the point that we still have a lot of people who need assistance. We need food, we need help for their rental assistance. And unfortunately, we also have the issue we're facing with our property owners. They still have to make mortgage payments when being allowed to stay in, or mandated that they cannot evict them for lack of payment. We also have seen an uptick in people using different types of financing to pay rental assistance. A reminder to the landlords, Section 8 housing or checks you get from government relations do not allow you to reject them because of where they get their funds from. So let's make sure we take care of all that. I think for the most part, Juliet, I'm trying to look to see if there's other questions I can answer. I've given you pretty well an overview. Again, our Jeffco numbers are looking really good. We need to stay on track, keep doing what we're doing, get down and stay in that 7 to 10 day area below the 350 mark and below 5%. And then we can see a potential of our restaurants and our businesses expanding to people who can come to their place. And we would really like to get there. There was, I think it was Pitkin County this past week that did vote to move back to red because of the infection rates that they're having there. We've got the item in the news again where Douglas County is making moves that they're talking about removing themselves from Tri-County. They've done this before. The cost of them to go setting up on their own health department, I don't think they've figured out how much it's saving them by being a part of Tri-County. But that's up to the people in Douglas County, not up here where we're at. We still have a lot of issues going on. Council will be a fairly decent agenda tonight. There's a lot of things going on. We have a couple of executive sessions. I think there's 3 in there tonight. I will be making an announcement. If you will watch for us tonight in regards to the Jefferson County Community Corrections Board for Jefferson County. I'll be making an announcement about that later tonight and talking about where we're going to be looking for that. That is going to be open only to residents of Jefferson County when we talk about that later tonight at the council meeting. Other than that, Lisa, I hope you've got some federal funds coming for ADCO rental assistance. I talked 14.2. You're correct on that one. And Jerry's got a little bit more at 17 for rental assistance. So if there's needs that you have, or you know someone, try to get them into those programs. Those funds are immediately available. We want to try to make sure that they can stay in their homes to stay protected. We don't want families out in the cold or having to sleep out of cars where we can prevent it. So, Miss Juliet, unless you've got something else.
That's quick. This is the first time that we have ended both on a positive note and on a quick time period. So I mean, you breezed it by. I think we're just getting the hang of this, or we're just moving the needle to our community recovering from this, which I'd like to believe to be the latter. For those of you that are tuned in, if you did have any questions that you did not get a chance to ask us, go ahead and comment into the comment section right now. I do see our past board chairman, Brian Dice, has tuned into the broadcast. Lisa, thank you so much for tuning in and for your kind words to our mayor. And while I'm waiting to see if there's additional comments or questions that we can address, I just want to remind everybody that the We Love Westy Shop, Dine, Do Business sweepstakes is going on across the city of Westminster. We have a number of businesses that are participating in this program, including Carrabba's. And so make sure that if these are businesses that you do business with or that you might be interested in, now is the time to really support them. Outside of generally when you would, you have a chance at up to $5,000 in cash. So if you want more information about the We Love Westy sweepstakes, it's on the westminsterchamber.biz page. This is a partnership between the city of Westminster and of course our chamber, and we're just incredibly grateful to be able to offer this to support both our small businesses and of course you all as consumers. So that's for my interjected rant that I wanted to give. It doesn't look like that brought any additional questions my way. So if you end up watching this broadcast later on and we are no longer live, give us that hashtag replay so I know that you tuned into the broadcast. If you had questions that you did not get a chance to ask us, make sure that you also commented or DM the page. And if you are tuned in right now and you haven't already done so, please hit the share button on this video so folks can know about these amazing resources that are available, including the rental assistance. I think that's huge. It's timely, and we need to make sure that those families are taken care of that need it the most, especially right now. So, Mayor, if you don't have anything else, I'm actually going to give you back 8 minutes of your morning, which is thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Mayor, for being a part of our program on a weekly basis. I truly appreciate that.
All